Well, as the world's attention remains focused on West Asia, a deepening humanitarian crisis continues to unfold in Gaza, which is defined by a collapse of its most basic lifeline, water. It's been more than 6 months since the ceasefire was declared, but for the people in Gaza, the conditions on the ground continue to worsen. Instead, conditions on the ground are deteriorating with growing shortage of water. In mid-April, a series of deadly incidents speak volumes about how fragile Gaza's humanitarian network has become. Israeli forces killed a water engineer and 2 drivers who were tasked with delivering water to displaced families. 2 more drivers working with the United Nations Children's Agency were shot dead at a key water collection point in northern Gaza. These were not isolated casualties. They were part of a pattern that is systematically undermining access to water for hundreds of thousands of people. The consequences are immediate and severe. Without reliable delivery networks, families are left struggling to find even the most basic supplies. According to humanitarian agencies, the average person in Gaza now has access to just 7 liters of drinking water per day. It is far below the minimum standard required for survival in emergency conditions. Even that limited supply is not guaranteed for many.
We can't find food. We can't find water. What should I say? What should I say? What should I even speak? We can't find shelter and not even phone charging. I wish you would come and see my condition in the shelter. Come and look at my children's miserable situation. Come see the sorrow, misery and hardship. Come and see.
But the crisis extends beyond over 2.5 years of conflict. Gaza's civilian infrastructure has been destroyed. Water pipelines have been destroyed. Desalination plants have been damaged or forced to shut down. Sewage treatment facilities have collapsed, raising the risk of contamination and waterborne disease. In overcrowded shelters and makeshift tent camps, where thousands of displaced families are forced to live in close quarters, poor sanitation and limited water access are driving the spread of preventable illnesses. At the same time, restrictions on the entry of essential goods, including fuel, spare parts, soap and hygiene supplies, are compounding the problem. According to local and international agencies, around 90% of Gaza's population now relies on humanitarian assistance. Large parts of the territory remain devastated, with many families living in temporary shelters or tents, children growing up in heartbreaking conditions. Aid deliveries have increased under the ceasefire but remain limited relative to the scale of need. The political arrangements expected to follow the truce have yet to take shape. A proposed administrative body backed by Donald Trump, the so-called Board of Peace, has yet to establish a visible presence on the ground. Its absence has raised questions about whether the plan to hand over governance of Gaza was ever fully achievable, or if it has been overtaken by events elsewhere in the region. All this unfolds just days after Palestinians voted in local polls for the first time since 2006.